actually raining from midnight to the morning, so that the coast would be completely full with water.
No, I mean, you're not. Magnus, I have to start with this question. How do you do it? It looked on day one, you were a bit shaky. You're not too happy with your calculations. But day three, it was like as if the old Magnus was back.
Yeah, I think it's as simple as after things went a little bit wrong with traveling, so I didn't get a lot of sleep, and I was pretty exhausted when I came here. You know, obviously, I was very happy being at home, but not the most rested either with everything. So I think getting a few days here just to sleep and not think about too much other than chess helped me. Yeah, today I felt really good. I felt comfortable, and I felt that I was probably back in the shape I had in the Esports World Cup. Yeah, then I'm usually hard to beat.
The one game that made a huge impression on me was your game with Fabi, the accelerated dragon one, where I thought like Fabi was trying to have this good knight versus bad bishop scenario, but you found like g4, and I mean the engine also gives it like better. For me it was really new. Was this something you found over the board? You knew this pattern? Could you share?
Yeah, I was not really happy with that because I lost control over the game a little bit. I allowed him to go b5, and I felt like it's slipping a little bit now. And I realized after I made the move that I should have gone b4 before going queen e3, and then I'm in complete control. And then it could have been kind of a model game because I felt that it's not really that risky to advance my pawns when I have such a big space advantage. Yes, things can fall apart, especially in a rapid game, but you kind of have to make the moves that you think are good even in this format. But yeah, I was able to readjust later, and I had never felt that I was in any danger. And I think, as often happens in these situations, when he feels that he really has to win, you end up taking a little bit too many risks, and you start playing for a draw maybe a little bit too late, and that's what happened here as well.
And also this game with Gukesh today, the first one, that was like a positional masterpiece. Somehow he took on c5 with his bishop, but you managed to just outplay him in the last position. It was equal material, queen b4, and he had to resign.
Yeah, there were definitely shades of our game in Norway chess, and I was thinking about that during the game, that this is following a very similar script where he's got the space with the pawn on d5, but really not that much else going for him, and I'm just taking over square by square and not giving him counterplay. And I was thinking, well, if I mess this up as well, then there's yeah, I don't know what to do. But yeah, that felt really good, of course, to be able to. You don't really get a lot of those games that are really just clean positional wins where there's just no counterplay at all.
Like that knight on h1.
Yeah, that was it. You know, it becomes it becomes a bit comical with that knight, of course, and yeah, but overall that was good.
Also, the pawn endgame with Gukesh, were you able to sort of figure out that that's totally winning when you had reached there a pawn up?
No, I thought, generally, I think as many players are, especially in faster time formats, you're really scared of those endgames because they're so hard to calculate to the end. And I just ended up thinking, well, let's try. I felt that there's some chance that I'm winning, and I wanted to make sure that I was not losing, but things that that require like very precise calculation is generally not my forte, and I did make a mistake, but then, you know, with very little time, I think maybe because I made a mistake, he got a bit confused and made one of his own. But it's really difficult.
Yeah, it's quite tough to understand which pawn to push, a6,
Yeah.
c6. Not at all
Yeah, for
easy.
sure. To me, it felt like a6 was a bit more flexible. I mostly just didn't want to allow b5. But to understand that I can actually give up the e4 pawn after playing c6 and then e5, it is very difficult.
It's king f6, king e7, king d6, right?
Yeah, because it's very hard also to count the tempi, to know that, because he cannot really push his pawns on the king side too much, so I do have some spare tempi there, but he also has on the queen side, and it wasn't completely clear to me who had more time there. But yeah, in practice it was always quite difficult for him.
And this 2-game match with Fabi yesterday would have been very tough on you. I think you were really upset. This Berlin went wrong, and then the second game also was not that great. What was the feeling at that point?
Yeah, I was really upset with the first game because that was just a mental mistake. Like, I just played knight f6 on the third move. I was like, this is not what I intended against Fabi. I was like, what am I doing? And then I decided to improvise, and I got completely crushed, which was very much deserved. Yeah, that was really like yesterday and the day before, both of them, it could have gone worse for sure, because I was not in control at all. And yeah, against Fabi, I lost very deservedly in 2 games in a row, which is not a great feeling.
But with Hikaru, you came back with 2 wins, and that too in not so easy. Like, you played this Philidor, which sometimes you call yourself, I played like an old man, no calculation, just.
Yeah.
I think that was the kind of the Philidor game that happened there.
Yeah, I was not thrilled about that game, not because of the moves, but because I was playing a bit too slowly. But then the second game was crazy. Like,
Yes.
I just
I mean, you could have played queen b6, right?
Well, that too, but that didn't feel so clear to me. But I could have just not gone after his pawn, and I would clear a positional advantage. And I was thinking at the time, like, yeah, I'm better after rook e1, but it's dumb not to take a pawn, and I'm sure he's just bluffing. And then I realized, oh, maybe now I'm probably just lost. Well, that was dumb. And it turns out I'm really, really lucky that I'm by a bunch of only moves, I am not actually lost. But yeah, that was just silly. And again, another one of those moments that could have gone very differently.
Magnus, you won the tournament by a huge margin. One question that I always have is, when players, are not working on their openings, at least in the traditional chess, it's so difficult these days. And I see that happening to so many top players. Yet with you, I don't know, are you working on your openings? How are you able to get these good positions?
Well, we certainly had some ideas of things to do here, but I didn't get to implement all of them. And when I did, I sometimes misremembered and so on. But it's easier in faster chess to you can allow yourself like a little more leeway to play different ideas than you can in classical. So that makes it a bit easier, and I do have the advantage compared to some others that it's easier for me to outplay my opponents.
And was golf one of the secrets here to be in good mood?
Yeah, I mean, I did. Honestly, it didn't put me in that great a mood because I was playing horribly. But for me, that was just getting some fresh air, and just getting myself in shape for the game. So I think that, and getting like 3-4 nights of really good sleep, that helped me a lot. And like now I feel good. Now I could continue the tournament for weeks.
And now you will play, I think, directly the freestyle finals, right?
Yeah, I'll play the freestyle finals, but that's in a little bit more than a month. So I will be very happy to get home to Ella and my son and to spend some quality time with them, because I miss them a lot.
Did you make any secret promise to your son before coming here?
No, he was watching with Ella.
Really?
Yeah, at home. So I don't think he understands too much of what's going on yet, but he'll get there.
Even little bit. At least.
Well, Magnus, thank you so much for your time. And
Just one
Yes.
question. Does Ella know that you kind of fumbled for your wedding date?
4th Jan.
4th of
January.
Oh, yeah, wedding day. Sorry.
On day 1?
She hasn't mentioned it. But I think it was a little bit unfair. It was a little bit unfair. But because, whatever. I should have done that.
Okay.
well, you won the tournament, and I think you're going to go back home. So congratulations, Magnus.
Thank
Well
you.
done.